Hello, this is my thematic synthesis project by Pooja Jeyakumar. The driving question that I have answered is, are we governed by fate of circumstances or free will? Fate of circumstances is when everything happens for a reason and it cannot be controlled. Free will is carving your own destiny, being in control of one's thoughts, and to go in their own path. Using these two ideas in the books we have read this past year, one of the main themes I found prevalent throughout any literature is survival of the fittest. It is not the strongest of species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. Charles Darwin, 1809. I feel this relates to the idea of free will because the person is in control and can either change or be the same. In first quarter, we read a poem by Percy Bysshe Shelley called Ozymandias. The theme of this poem is the difference between the empires that leaders build to their much avowed greatness and their inevitable decline. Ozymandias is talking about one of the great Egyptian pharaohs, Ramses II, and his leadership over Egypt. How it was ill-fated for him, like all other rulers, to decay into nothing. Rulers may be the leaders for a time period, but after that they will slowly be forgotten. Many rulers cannot escape this fate. Another example is The Great Gatsby. In this book or film adaptation, Jay Gatsby pursues his lover, Daisy Buchanan. To him, it doesn't matter that she is a wife and a mother, that he adapted to the circumstances and continued to pine for her in the most subtle way possible by throwing extravagant parties in hopes of her attending one. It was his choice in the end of the book for him and Daisy to walk away from Myrtle's accident. He was in control of what would happen. This event led to his death soon after. Even though he wasn't the one who murdered Myrtle, it was the circumstances around him that led to his untimely demise. Next, we read an informational text by Malcolm Gladwell called Tipping Point. The book talks about how in order for a product or an idea to be the next big thing, it has to be tipped. People make that choice based on their needs. It all depends on the will of the person who wants it to tip over. According to Gladwell, taking action is better than sitting back and relaxing, as it concerns everybody's life, and it is their free will. Not everyone, though, has the same way. People change and strive for better in order to beat the competition, aka survival of the fittest. Also in the third quarter, we watched the play The Crucible. In this play, John Proctor, the saintly man of the town, the guy everybody loves, is accused of witchcraft by Abigail Williams. Instead of accepting the lie and being able to live, he chooses to die a noble death and doesn't want to lie. He says, "I have given you my soul, leave my name." Many don't believe that he is a witch, but since the word had gotten out, they had to follow through. Proctor died a death from which he could have been saved, but he chose to let his kids remember the bright and positive side of him. His name survived even if he did not. In the process, he saved his wife's life as well, for the time being. During the Red Scare, many Americans were terrified and upset with communists. The House of Un-American Activities Committee, or HUAC, was in charge of trying people that were suspected communists. Among them was folk singer Pete Seeger. When he went to trial, he vehemently denied any response to those questions. He claimed that it was not of the importance, and he knew the extremities and consequences of standing up to them would be severe. Yet it was his choice, and almost 70 years later, he's still proving to them by being a social activist. He proved that not always you have to change. Sometimes you just have to stand your ground. In the fourth quarter, some of us read A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini, which reflects two women, Miriam and Lila, from different generations. Miriam's life was depressing from the start, with being a illegitimate child, an outcast, to her mother committing suicide. Lila's was the exact opposite. She pursued her education, had a loving family and boyfriend. Unpredictable circumstances brought the two together when they both married the same guy, Rashid. Later on, they started to suffer more and more at the hands of Rashid when Miriam makes a decision that impacts everyone. She kills Rashid, which helps Lila escape, by condemning herself to death. She could have let him abuse Lila, but she didn't because she made the choice of changing for others. She changed in order for others to live better. For Lila, this was just an opportunity. This was the escape that she needed in order to leave Rashid and go be with her boyfriend and children. Fate of circumstances wasn't as important as free will, but they both go hand in hand for survival of the fittest. The strong may survive, but so do people that change and make their own decisions. So do people that control their thoughts. Are we governed by fate or circumstances or free will? The free will exposes your desires and the true strength you have, while fate or circumstances provides you with an escape, in case you need it.